their life. Okay, so okay. Maria or Maria Paz, thank you for speaking with us from your rooftop in Chile, in Santiago, in Chile. Like this Q&A is for the people who've seen your film, Lina de Lima. And Lina is a lonely Peruvian maid away from home, working to be able to support her family. She's working in Chile. You are Chilean too. And so are there a lot of Peruvian women working in Chile to support their families, just like Lima? Is it a very common situation?
Yeah. Yeah, well, when I start to make this film, I start as a documentary. So I make a very long research, trying to find this kind of stories. And I met a lot of women like Lina's, no? And I met different life and how I can share with them and see how they support their families far away home. And it was really interesting what happened with them 10 years after leaving here, and something was moving inside. And most of the time the immigrant films put just very sad and very dramatic story because they are so dramatic. But I would like to explore in some other places of this kind of people, because I knew something really powerful and very colorful world. I went a lot of karaokes to sing with them, to dance, and it was really, there was some mix between loneliness and happiness, and they can discover an interesting freedom far away home. So I would like to explore in that point. And it's a world full of contradictions. So that was the beginning of the film in some point, and then it started as a documentary. But then,
and why did you wanted to make a documentary first?
Yeah. I came before I made documentaries. I came from that world. Yeah. I really love to make research, for example, for different directors making films. I would like to do that. So because it's really interesting to explore in different places and worlds that I don't know. So it started like that. But then I discovered that it was not possible for me to explore in some specific feeling. I don't know how to explain that, but I would like to can explore in this kind of contradiction and the reality like that, like a documentary didn't give me all the freedom that I need to explore in this film. So
also it's a lot about sexuality and
start to change, and at the end is it becoming it's about that also. So I discovered that the fiction give me more freedom for make this film. So it's start to change, and at the end it's not a documentary. But even in the dialogues, I takes a lot of real sentence that I met in the reality. For example, when Lina she have a dinner with a Asian guy, no, at the dinner, Christmas dinner. Did you remember that part?
Yeah.
Lina and the Asian, and she tells a very long story about their own family and what did she see in Peru when she's going there. What happened with the things that she sent, and what was the dreams that she had when she came to Chile, no? She wants to make a second roof for her house and things like that. And all these kind of stories are real. Are real. And I really met some Lina, and this Lina has some kid who calls Junior, for example. But this Lina is full of another stories at the same time. It's not the life of just one woman. No, it's a mix, and it's combined with a lot of fiction too.
And was it difficult for you to find women who would like to speak about their situation when you were still making the documentary, let's say?
Yeah, because it's
are they a close community?
Two kind of problems. How's that? How How's that?
Are they like a close community, the ladies that work abroad?
Yeah. I met one woman, and she introduced me the casting, and then I went to another house and things like that. It was opening world. But the thing is, this kind of I forgot I was saying, but it's I forgot that part. Maybe
No
you
worries,
can
no worries.
refresh the.
Was it difficult to find? Was it difficult to find or to
Ah,
get through the community of these Peruvian ladies working in Chile? Did they trust you from the
not really,
start? Okay.
not really, because I didn't went to some formal place. I
Mm-hmm.
talk with people who works in the house of my friend, of uh, some friends say me, oh, in my mother house there is
Mm-hmm.
an interesting woman who works there, and she has a kid and things like that. So I was moving in that way, and then I met some woman who is the casting of Lina, Betty, and she worked with my casting, and they have a business together, has a cooking things and things like that.
Okay.
And he told me, you have to meet her. She's amazing. And she introduced me in a very interesting and big world. So it was very informal. No, it was
Okay.
not like official researching. So it was like moving around and talking with people. For example, I really love to Peru, and I made some projects there, and I love how they think, how they feel his identity. It's very
Okay.
strong, and then I really
Mm-hmm.
love the music, and I really love the landscape. It's an
Yeah.
amazing place. So I travel a lot to Peru, so I spend a lot of time, for example, in the plains talking with women. I can
Okay.
detect it. And she has a big bags, and she's calling with her son, so all the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like that. So I start to talk, hey, how you going, and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I really love to do that in that way, do the research in that way, not like, hello, are you the boss of this organization? It's not like that.
No, you kept your eyes peeled when you were on the go for Peruvian women that you
Yeah,
thought that might live the reality of Lina.
yeah. And but it's complicated, because when you have more confidence, she can talk to you more about what that happens inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first approach is like, oh, it's very difficult to be far away home. Oh, they feel a lot of guilty, and they
Yeah.
return every year because they are like Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly. With all the presents for the whole
Like
family and the
everybody there
cousins
is
of the cousins.
waiting with a
Yeah.
lot of presents. Yeah. And some woman told a real story about, I prefer to go to Miami 10 days. It's cheaper for me than going to Peru for Christmas, because
Yeah.
everybody is waiting so much about me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very difficult, but nobody said save you. So nobody says that
Mm-hmm.
at
Nobody
the
says
first
so at the
approach.
first
You
time.
have
Yeah.
to stay together, because you have to get the confidence, and then you can understand how these contradictions going inside this persons. It's
Yeah.
like that. You have to get that confidence, and you can do that in karaoke, singing, dancing, and taking beers, and it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Then people open up and feel more relaxed. And do you
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
yeah. Why was it exactly that you wanted to tell this story? Were you influenced by Peru through your like? Did someone work in the house of your parents? Do you have a lot of Peruvian friends? How did you fall in love with Peru
I
so
think
much?
yeah. Well, maybe I fall in love traveling when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's amazing place, and they have a really powerful relationship with her roots. And maybe in Chile we don't have that, so in
Mm-hmm.
some super powerful way,
Mm-hmm.
So I miss that. Maybe I would like to feel like that. No, here everybody wants to be more like European, but they don't really
Yeah.
feel like Latin America. Chile is a very strange place in that way, you know. Even in the film, you can see it's a very flat place. It's not really, it's not really colorful. The reality here in the film is more, it's more flat in some way, but the interior world of the character is so much powerful, and all the things that she can imagine for me are more interesting. And when you talk about identity, I think all these ideas, all our songs and colors are traveled with you. The music is original. It's not we made the music for this film. They are not songs that we hear before, but we work with a lot of different Peruvian rhythms from different places of Peru. So we
there's a lot of cumbia in it too.
Some papapá, and there's some folkloric, I don't know how to say that, some
also they speak, is it Quechua in the swimming pool that they're speaking?
This song was first language, you know. She lives in Ayacucho, and she speaks Quechua, and she's one of the people who work to put the Quechua in the first place in Peru. So it's very powerful inspiration. So that was really interesting to explore. I would like to discover more. So the film was an invitation
to discover more, even more of the Peruvian.
I would like to think the film like that. No, it's not exactly what I want to do and just do exactly what is it's my ideas. Look, I would like to discover. I would like to explore, and films are an opportunity to do that and to share that point of view at some point.
Okay, nice. So
that was one inspiration. And at the other side, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The second part of your question. Yes, I met a lot of women here, and it was interesting because Chile, there was a lot of migration in the last 10 years, maybe 15 years. Before that, most of the Chileans
migration coming into Chile or going out of Chile?
Migration coming into Chile.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, we 10 years ago you cannot see Black people, for example, in the streets, and now it's completely. The immigration create a new kind of place we can eat different things, and that's amazing. We are at the end of the world, so most of the time people are going from Chile to other places. So now it's different, and I really like to explore where it happens, and not like immigration is good or immigration is bad. It's just happened, and there is a new levels of relationship between the migrants too. Peruvians, because of we are super close. They was the oldest migration in some way. No, they came before of the Haitians and the Colombians and the Venezuelans. No, they came before that. So they have been staying here for more than 10 years. So it's interesting what happened after that time for me. No, when everything is moving around you far away home, you came here with some expectations, and after most of these women said to me, well, when I arrived here, I came for 2 years because I want to do this, but then it was not so easy, so I start to staying for 2 more years, and then and everything was changing around, and that's interesting what happened when kids live far away, and their relationship is just it's just talking about things, about what do you need, about what I can do for you from the distance. So this the relationship, the affect
they lose the intimacy, and it's more about practical things. And
it's just women, like that, but this is a new kind of love.
That's also what you wanted to show with like Lina uses a lot her cell phone. She's on Tinder, she's taking voice messages to her son, like everything goes by the mobile phone. Was that a conscious decision?
The mobile phone is really important for everybody, you know. It's not just for Lina, it's for everybody. And it's interesting how it's it's something that can give you a lot of let you stay in. How can I explain that? It's a symbol of it's not symbol, it's like that, but it can give you from one click to the, to some close to the, how can I explain that, this idea about the cell phone, but it's really important for the film. It's a mix between loneliness when you are alone with your phone. Maybe it's because you can feel loneliness with the phone. It's maybe your only company sometimes, no? And it's just a phone. It's not the people, and you miss a lot of persons sometimes, and you just have this one, and you can share, but everything is it's different, and but you can be at the same time, you can be close to your family in some way, and you can still say, hey, stay at home, and you can be the boss even far away. And it's very strange thing,
it feels like a fake sensation of connection.
And you put and some guy is knocking your door, and you put you can answer a question, and it's your son here, and if you don't do that, there's a lot of things changing if you put click or not. So it's very fragile, but it's very complex. No, I think it's interesting to explore in what happened with the modernity. It's not people who just there are migrants, but they are in the same globalization that everywhere, that everybody, it's like that.
I agree.
It's a very universal point for me. It could be me, it could be anyone. It's not just for migrants,
Yeah. What do you mean with the technology that you show? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with the technology, it's not just for talking about migration. It's talking about the universal loneliness.
Yeah,
it could be for.
I understand. Yeah, not just kind of migrants living somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, that point for me, one important thing for me for this film, it's this is not a film about migration. For me, it's not like that. It's a film about a woman who is migrant, who is mother, who is worker, who is. She has different roles. Who also is a nanny. It's a being woman. It's have too many roles at the same time. It's like it's like that, and I would like to show how this complexity works in one character who has so many different layers,
different roles in one life. How did you cast Lina? So was she one of the women that you met?
No. No, it was very difficult to get this because I was really at the beginning. I want to work with some real migrant, but it was really difficult because she has to support all the shots of the film. The camera, it's always over her face, so it's very difficult to. And there was a lot of dialogues and
singing and dancing.
There was the performance was really important for me. Yes, was really important for me. And everybody said, you have to work with Magali Solier. She's the best Peruvian actress. She made a very important film in Latin America who calls The Milk of Sorrow, who was nominated to the Oscars, and she get the Berlin First Prize.
It's true. I think we've had it in MOOOV Film Festival as well.
I think it was really important film. And she was the main character, and she was a worker in a feria, no? How do you say feria?
A carnival?
And Claudia Llosa and Claudia Llosa, the director of that film, discovered her, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. So, and after that, she started to make a lot of films, and she's really great. Okay. And everybody said, you have to work with Magali Solier, and I was not really sure, and I said no, because she's too beautiful. She's super. Yeah, I was a little worried about that because I met a lot of real stories, and I want a real woman, I was really like that.
Not a princess, but a real woman.
I was worried because of that. Not something super indigenous people, no. I want something more real. But she's the best for sure. She's amazing. And I was and I was a lot of prejudgment because of that. Yeah, prejudgment is okay.
Yeah, you
I
had your
had a lot
prejudice.
of
Yeah.
prejudgments about.
Yeah.
Yeah, prejudice. Yeah, prejudice. Yeah, because now my Peruvian producers say, hey, you have to do with Magali. It's obvious because she don't have 50. You are thinking that she has 20. She has 34, and she's mother. She has 2 kids, and she works far away home most of the time for doing films. So she's Lina. So we just talked to her. And I said, okay, I will talk to her. And it was amazing. It was just me, she's really, really, really great. And when I think about that, I think I'm pretty sure that no one else could do that character. She knows Lina more than me for sure, and she do amazing, how do you say, aportes, no? Comentarios, comments to the screenplay, and we work together in a very close way. And she's also a singer, no? She has some discos, no?
She was already a singer
music,
before as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she sings beautiful, and say, okay, it's for sure she's Lina.
Yeah.
It's
the one.
like that.
It was the one.
Yeah.
And then Mauricio is also, wait, because we got kicked out of Facebook. I'm gonna start it again, and then I'll ask you the question so we have a clear start.
Okay.
Again. Let's see. Should be working. It's also my last question. So, and did you do it a lot already, these live things?
Sorry?
Did you do these kind of interviews already, like live stream interviews?
No.
Okay.
It's the first one.
I
sent some videos for like that. Yeah. But I haven't do this Facebook Live yet.
So my last question is, Mauricio is the one that Lina makes the most fun with in the end. We also see that the plastic is off the mattress, which is like a good sign, even though they don't speak the same language. So why was it important to you to end the film with this character?
Interesting. For me, this character show the different kind of relationships that you can find between migrants, and this is not just about Lina. Maybe there is a lot of different persons or character or another migrants in the same situation, and
there's also a hierarchy between the migrants, no?
It's like that. And Peruvian are in the top of the pyramid, no? And the Asians are in the lower level because they cannot speak Spanish, and for them is everything is more difficult. And for me, it was interesting how she can feel like the boss with him, but at the same time they can share in the same level and the same position, and the loneliness was bigger, no, together, but they can share. And there was workers, and they were migrants, and they can be lovers in some way. So for me, that is how it works, and it's very sad. But it could be not just sad, no, it's more than that. It could be you can get together, but it's not about. For me, that was really important. For me, this film is not about love. She's not looking for a new boyfriend, no. She just wanted to have fun, and for me it was interesting to get this mix of character who she just need a friend, or people who wants to stay, you know. It's like for me it's like that. And Mauricio was a really interesting character in that way, because he don't, they cannot understand, but they can share together. So it's no more layers, it's just staying, and just you can feel this the sorrow, or the sorrow of the other people, and you can feel together. And for me it's interesting how it works.
Mm-hmm. I have one more question as well. Like, going from documentary to a kind of musical film, that's a far stretch. How was it for you? Were you inspired by other musicals? Why did you decide to put so many music scenes in it?
It was an inch. How is inch? Cuando es como intuición, como fue como
intuition.
Intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, in one place, it was this inspiring world of the Peruvian songs and rhythms. That was one thing. And the second thing was, I really like the Latin American films, and in Latin America we love music, but there is no so many films with musicals. So
that's true.
Maybe at the beginning of maybe 50 years ago, but now we have a separation with that. So we don't really explore in that, and I can see some potential in that kind of stories. And for this, for me, was really natural to use it and to explore in that thing. And in the other point, I really love the films of Simon Liang, from a Taiwan director. And he made a film who calls The Hole, and another one who calls El Sabor de la Sandía in Spanish. Why would I don't remember
how the watermelon?
Exactly, but the taste of the watermelon. Okay, did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. No,
yeah, so, no. But he has another one who calls the Hole, no, and he used that, and he works with an actress who already he also sing. Chang, it's a classical actress, and it's really Grace Chang. I don't know if you remember exactly the name, is very typical, but it's really interesting what happened, that it's not exactly musicals, it's just musical episodes, but it's in the middle of the film. And that was really interesting. I said, I would like to do something like that. It's not the same for sure, but one of the musicals is really inspiring that film. The one in the closet is really inspiring that in that way. And I say, okay, Latin America have a very big relationship with the music. Why we didn't do that? So we can try something around that. So it was like that. I worked with a very great crew, so we can know, but nobody knows how to do these musicals, because most of the people make video clips. It's not a video clip exactly, so it's really difficult to do.
No, and it's not really.
And we have to explore, improvise a little bit.
Yeah,
it was
in the
super
different
difficult.
Scenes. Yeah,
and the sound post-production, she hate us because we make the editors. They say, what is that? How can I do this? I have this Quechua thing, and I don't have the translation, and I don't have the direct sound, and this is terrible. it was like
a hard job.
It's an improvisation.
It
was very homemade in that point. It was not really.
And you don't see that
it was like
at all. So
no,
not at all.
But for me, it was interesting.
It feels really natural
really
as well.
Artisanal inside. No? Yeah. But not like a big production, no.
No.
It's more
like
simple. It's
someone's
more
head,
rustic,
like that. Yeah. It's also we get into Lina's head, so it's like her imagination. So if it would get too big,
her imagination. It's like that.
Much.
It's still Lina, no. It's not a real super ultra singer, no. It's just Lina imagining.
Yeah, and you see in these videos, to me at least, you see like her happiness and her sadness at the same time. That like she dresses very colorful, and she has a lot of makeup, and she dances around, but still you see like the sadness a bit on her face.
Yeah, for me,
That's
it's
beautiful.
standard to get that combination between reality and between you can imagine or what do you have inside, and this world of contradiction is for me this all these musical episodes. It's the heart of the film. No, it's I can't imagine the film without that scenes. It's just like that.
Is it like a tribute to Peru and all its traditions and music? And would you say it's a little bit like that too?
Yeah, maybe it's not my first proposito. How do you say that?
I would like. Wasn't your first idea or your first?
Yeah. But it is because I really love that. So it could not be in another way. But for me, it's I was really interesting to explore what happened with women who are really stronger, because when you go far away home, you are a stronger person.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of contradiction who are just disappear, and it's not just you are not just one thing. You are full of you are doing a lot of things at the same time, and you get all this thing inside. Because when you go to your place, you put your face and everything is fine, everything is okay, and all these contradictions are inside you, and it's not easy to say that. Even for me, when I talking with the migrants, they don't say to me, I really love to do that, or I have a lot of friends in you can see, but they cannot talk about her freedom because there is a lot of guilty, so that was interesting for me. And in some point is more an a tribute, if you want to say, for that women who do that travels, no, like that.
The most women that you talked to that were already there or already in Chile for, let's say, 8 years, 10 years.
Most of them.
Do they still want to return?
She said that, but I know that maybe she don't want to return. No, she really, your country is with you in everywhere. No, the music is with you. The food is with you. There is a very big community. There's a very big Peruvian parties here for the national holidays. For Peruvian national holidays, there's a big parties here. There's a lot of restaurants of Peruvian food in Chile. So it's a mix. It's a community, and it's very close. And most of them, she don't want to return. She has a life here, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to return. You can stay wherever you want, wherever you can be happy. For me, it's like that. And everything is like, nothing is better than your place, that your own your own country. Nothing is going to be the same. But
sometimes it's not true.
It could be. You can be, you can be happy, and it's your right. It's part of your right.
It's your right also to be happy far away from home, you mean?
Far away, wherever you want to, no?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I have, the very, very last question then, because someone on Facebook Live wrote the film festival and you. So they, Bo Alfaro says, "Dear Maria, I have a question. You say it is not a film about love, but maybe about self-love, because Lina de Lima, for me, felt really like a film about self-discovery and the clumsy struggles that come with that. Thank you for the beautiful film," she says.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, exactly. That's the point. It's not the love in the traditional way, no? You have to get another person to being, or you can feel complete, no? It's not like that. You are not looking someone else for felt complete. It's just about self. Love yourself. That's really, that's the word, no? For me, it's exactly that. It's nothing really changed at the end of the film, and Lina looks at the same, and she's doing the same work, but I think she can feel different, no? It's a very interior world to discover that she can do whatever she wants in some point, no? And nothing really, but you can love yourself. And that's thanks for the comment, because because it's for me it's that was inspired me to make this film, and this is how I feel that the tribute for me for that people who can love herself even
women who love themselves
that she can
run.
Yes.
Okay, that's I think that's a nice thing to think about to end our conversation, and like let's all go home with a lot of self-love after watching your film. That I think that's a great thought, which I didn't see yet in your film, but now that Bo said it, I think it's completely true. Well, Maria, thank you so much for talking to the film festival. Enjoy your rooftop a little bit more in Santiago. I will tell everyone that they should see your film because it's very funny and yet inspiring and goes deep. There's like different layers in it. So who hasn't seen the film and is watching our video now, it's definitely a recommendation. And I hope that with your new work we can invite you to Belgium yet again, and then hope to see you in real life the next time.
Yes, I hope so too. I hope that. Thanks for the interview and for talking. It's a very difficult moment for films at the same time because we don't have cinemas open, and for example here we are waiting, I don't know what, but we are waiting for the release of the film, and in this moment the city is full of poster of my films, but there is no there is no cinema, and the people send me pictures in the streets but it's like that, so it's a difficult moment, and it's really nice to talk about the films, and could feel that they are alive, and that we can meet in other ways, and this is still going, and we should we should continue making films and talking about what is happening around us. It's important to do. So thanks for this conversation.
Thank you. Well, Maria, thanks a lot for talking to us. Enjoy your day. It's 2:39 at your place right now. You still have a day ahead. Enjoy it. I hope your film can.
I still haven't.
And I hope a lot of people around the world can see your movie. And good luck with working and parenting at the same time as well. Yeah, because that's not easy either.
Yes, that is not easy. So thanks.